The Battle of the Bulges next. Bay's Show at 11.
Today on Ricky Lake. You steal cars, you steal car stereos. You know it's wrong, but you do it anyway. What makes you think that that's okay? Criminals confronted. And you don't feel the least bit guilty in what you do.
No, that's all I know.
They think no one can stop them.
It doesn't matter. We're taking what we want.
But there may be a way to beat the crime.
I'm talking about judicial punishment in a courtroom with mom and dad doing it.
Is caning and paddling and violence the answer? The people standing before you rob, steal, vandalize property, and paint graffiti. They know it's wrong, but they don't care. In fact, they say they commit crimes, and you can't stop them. Tired of walking down the street and seeing broken windows? Are you? Or finding that your car radio has been ripped off? Or worrying whether your wallet has been stolen? How about finding that the side of your home or your school has been painted with graffiti? Tell me, are you sick of it? All right, I hear ya. Well, right in front of you are young people who say they commit those kinds of crimes, and they say that you can't stop them no matter what. Meet Revs. He says he expresses himself with his graffiti, even if taxpayers have to pay for it. And next to him is Cost, who says no one can stop him from achieving his goal, covering all of New York with his art, which some call graffiti garbage. Next to him is Sean, who says he steals cars and stereos. Then there's Indo, who likes to beat people up and vandalize property, and his friend Bang, who steals cars, money, and does street robberies.
And eat up.
How nice. All right, Sean, I'm going to begin with you. You steal cars, you steal car stereos. You know it's wrong, but you do it anyway.
Well,
why is that?
Sometimes, you know, there are things that you want to do, but you can't do. And you can't do it because there's certain funds not available. And once there's certain means and ways that you find to make money, then you'll do it, no matter what it is.
What about all those people out there that work and earn an honest living and make ends meet?
They're covered by insurance. Don't worry about it.
So all these cars that you rip off, you know for a fact that they have insurance.
I don't ask them first. Usually I just take and then find out later, you know.
But what makes you think that that's okay? What you do is okay?
It's like when you wake up one day, like I said, and there's no means justified by any ends. You did everything, you tried everything, and then you just say to yourself, yo, I'm going to make a quick $800, take a Mustang, get $800 tonight.
So that's what you make when you steal a car? About $800?
Probably.
And you don't feel the least bit guilty in what you do?
No.
No. Indo, what about you? You beat people up?
Yup. I sure do, because I don't care, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even with the program. You got to get down with the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? Get down with the West Coast. Yup.
Yes, ma'am.
Better be known.
What do you mean you beat people up? I mean, what do you mean? I mean, is that a life? You make people fearful of you? You beat them up and you think that's the way society should run?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Where I come from, they do the same thing, so I ain't gonna let them sit up there and beat me up.
Why don't you better
you know what I'm saying?
yourself from where you come from, whatever that means, and make a life and say, why do people have to, I don't understand, you make people fear you.
Put it like this, if they treat me wrong, if they say something bad to me, if they looking at me wrong, we gonna shoot the head.
Can I tell you something? Can I
the head
tell you something?
Yeah.
Someone is going to be bigger than you and
I know.
better than you,
I know.
and they're going to do the same to you.
I know, it's coming. It's our little clap on. That's all good.
What do you want to say?
What if it was your mother or your father and somebody put a gun to their head? How would you like it?
It's been done, dog.
It's been
done, yo.
Your mother and father been shot and beaten
my
up?
pops is resting in peace right now, so what you talking about?
But so is mine,
Well,
but he
what you
wasn't
talking
shot.
about? My pops got shot
Do
already
you
in
feel
the
like
stomach.
because you've been hurt, that gives you the right to hurt other people and their families?
How are you supposed to have care and want for a society that don't care and want for you? You know what I'm saying?
All right, are you a victim of crime?
Well, my house has been broken into when my daughter was 2 months old, and I live in fear now. We have metal bars on our windows. We have a fort. I can't open my window more than 6 inches. Can I just tell you what a tough guy is? You think you're so tough? A tough man is a man who gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning and goes to work and comes home.
That's what you call a sucker. That's what you call a sucker for the system.
Tell me, what's your story?
My house 4 times already. They broke into my car twice to take a box that we can't replace. My husband breaks his back to make this money. You come into my house, you take my stuff, you sell it for what? For food?
Me?
What do you sell it for?
I did it.
Whatever. All you what do you sell this money for?
If you think 95% of the time it's for drugs, you're wrong. If you think it's for
Well,
clothes...
if it's for food, knock on my bell. I'll give you food.
Okay, there you go.
You ain't gonna give nobody nothing. You just give a about everybody.
All right, now, Reverend
knock
Kloss,
on
you
my
guys
door.
you don't beat people up, you don't steal things, but you spread graffiti all over New York. What? Is that your fan club here, I guess? So we have a sampling of your work around New York. Let's show the tape.
Now tell me it's unpleasant to look at.
Here we got Mount Crushmore, which we did not too long ago. This is the type of stuff that a lot of people are coming down on when they really shouldn't.
I think it's art. I don't know what it means, but I don't know what most art means.
This is the rawest form of art. It's a street painting. There's no frills involved.
It looks gross. It makes the city look worse.
All right, basically nothing's off limits in this city. Public space is there for the taking, and we take whatever public space we feel necessary. You could say this is an eyesore, but other people will say it's artwork or a mural.
So, I mean, I have to say that you are extremely talented, but why not use it, instead of costing taxpayers millions and millions of dollars in damage, why not use it to a more lucrative way? I don't know.
Well, we're into free expression and taking our art to the streets in New York City, basically. So no one can, we don't want to be stifled, because you can go shop your art in a gallery and they'll deny you and say, oh, they'll critique it. Basically, we're putting our art on the street so everybody sees it and they have no choice but to look at it. We can't be denied that
but
way.
you say it's public space, but these are on private buildings.
Public, private?
It doesn't matter. We're taking what we want because we're taxpayers also.
Right.
We're taxpayers, and we deserve the streets as much as you do. Everybody deserves the streets in this audience, and everybody's got a right to say something, not just
So
Sylvester
how would you
Stallone.
feel if your
or
mother's
Arnold
property
Schwarzenegger
was destroyed
or
by
anybody.
someone?
It's not being destroyed. We're putting this artwork out there. It's the rawest, most simplest form of art.
Okay, all right, yes.
Okay, the way I see it is that you can get, after looking at your work, and you can get paid a lot of money just do that on people's storefronts. People pay you for that. Instead of doing it all over the place and it looks tacky.
We've done that, but we do it for free.
There's plenty of ways. You look like a strong man. You can go find a job instead of going around ripping off money each day. $800 for a $10,000 car ain't much money. Now, you my brother, man. You talking about you go around beating up on people? Baby, I will whoop your behind in a second. Too fast, okay? Too fast, okay? It ain't even much.
You know what, man? I'll say you could. Yes.
Whoop your behind. I wish
Here she goes. They haven't ran into the right one yet. But once they run into my people, ain't no turning back.
Once you wait till you run into the West Coast. Once you wait till you wait till you run into the West
I don't
Coast.
let people like y'all get to me.
Are you saying the answer? Wait a minute. Hang on. Indo. I know, but are you saying that violence is the answer for these people?
No, it's not. But you know what I'm saying? They don't have no right to come up to nobody, beating on nobody for no reason. Who gives you the right to beat on somebody?
Who? I'm not gonna get beat down. You know what I'm saying?
You must be out of your mind because you ain't going. You stay where you at and beat on people. Stay where you at.
I ain't beat up females.
I'm a
So it
female,
don't
and
matter,
don't
right?
underestimate us, love.
We're here to get more.
I always laugh. You sound sound like a vegetable. You sound like a vegetable.
Hang on, yes.
Y'all women,
I
boy,
forgot his
talk a
name,
lot of
but he
shit.
said he pays taxes. I'd like to know what you do for a
Too
living.
much for a woman.
Yeah, good question. Revs, what do you do for a living?
I'm an
Excuse
iron
me.
worker.
Bang, excuse me. Revs, what do you do for a living?
I'm an iron worker.
When do you find time, if you are an iron worker, when do you find time to work on your art?
Late at
After
night.
work. This is my passion. This is what I have to do. This isn't a money-making scam. If you want money-making scams, you go someplace else. We're
You
giving
join
it to you for
Sean
free.
and you steal cars and steal car stereos. Yes, stand up, sir.
I think that what Cost and Revs are doing is fine because they're out there, they're earning their living, they're paying taxes just like I am. I write graffiti too. And as long as it's not infringing on anybody else's life,
But if it is, if it's on private property and the people that own the property have a problem with the art that's on their walls, then it's a problem.
but see, Mayor Giuliani is coming down right now on the quality of life crimes, and graffiti happens to be one of them. There are a lot of people out there that are raping people, murdering people, stealing people's cars, selling drugs. I'd rather see those people go to jail, those people get punished, than people who are running around with a spray paint can writing graffiti.
Right?
Yes, you want to say something, ma'am. Yes.
I want to say something to Bang. I have a son, he's 3 years old, and I fear for his life that I have to put him in school and
You gotta make him tough.
He has to
That's why you gotta make him tough.
he has to get into groups. He has to protect himself. Why does he have to go to I fear for him. I'm scared
1995.
for
Where
him.
are you headed?
You're scared. Wait a minute. You're scared for your son
you
because
headed?
of people like this?
Yes, he's not even in school yet. He's only 3 years old, but I fear for him so much.
Bang, do you have any respect for anybody?
Yeah, some people. But if you ain't earn it, you ain't getting it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
If you don't earn respect, you don't get it.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
It's all about E-dub.
All right, we got to earn his
Correct.
respect. You heard that? Okay. When we come back, we will meet the man who says he can teach these young people how to behave themselves. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
I think people putting their tags on buildings and just scrawling unidentifiable nonsense and trash is trash.
Well, I think that graffiti art really ruins the facade of the building.
Artists do have a right to, like, express themselves, even though it's public or private property.
Just recently, New York State made acts of graffiti a misdemeanor, and penalties range from 15 days to a year in jail. That doesn't stop Revs and Cost. They say they're so tough, no one can stop them from doing their crimes. Well, they haven't met Assemblyman Mickey Conroy yet. Mickey, come on out. Hi, Mickey. Thanks for being here. Now, so what do you have that's going to stop these guys?
Well, first I have a graffiti bill that will take some of these young punks. These are a little too old for what I'm after. But to show them they're under total control and maybe a couple of swats on the behind when they're a little bit younger, they won't grow up like that.
I'll tell you straight out. If you think you're gonna hurt me with those sticks, and you got something coming, man.
I got news for you.
You think you're gonna hurt me with a bigger stick?
Stick ain't gonna do
That ain't
it.
working, man.
Just let me say something to you.
You think that's gonna stop fools
Yes.
from doing crimes?
Oh, yes, it
Oh, you
will.
must be crazy.
That's just gonna make people
I'll be back, motherfucker.
That's gonna make people angry because there is something
Hang on,
like...
hang on, guys. One at a time, one at a time.
gonna work. It ain't
So you're
happening
saying that
tonight,
method is
boy.
not going to stop you?
That's gonna make me want to do it more.
My mother broke the
really?
same paddle when I was
Oh,
4.
really? Do I
It's
have
not going
news
to
for
stop
you?
the hardcore criminals. Hardcore criminals are going to get out
ain't
there and they're
nobody
going to keep
gonna-
doing
Hang
this
on,
stuff.
one at a time, one at a time. Mickey, you think this is the answer? This is going to stop young
Let me
criminals?
tell you something. If I had this young punk here in a courtroom, and his mother or dad was slamming him with this, I just...
Wait. Bang, please watch your language.
I know, man. You better watch who you calling a punk, man. I ain't no punk one bit. This guy's a politician.
Can you please?
That's all right. You'll all be invited
Bang,
to
if
his
you don't
funeral.
watch your language, you're going to leave, okay?
All right, Ricky.
All right.
No
You'll
problem.
You'll be invited to his funeral before too long, because attitudes like this don't make it to
How old are
21.
you? When you gonna die? You don't know, man. You don't come from where we come from. You don't come from where we
I
come from.
started where you started
No,
from.
you ain't started
Rick,
nothing.
oh, yeah,
Rick, what I'm trying to get at is,
You ain't
Hang on,
started
hang on.
nothing,
Yes,
man.
Sean.
you're gonna have a crime
You don't
bill,
live in
right?
the
And
hood.
you're gonna say all these things are entailed in a crime bill. You'll have pretty much nobody left on the streets, number one. Because if you're gonna say that stealing, oh, it starts out as a paperclip or a couple pens from work, that's stealing. If I'm gonna steal, I'm gonna do the right thing and get something good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna steal for 10 cents, 20 cents. I'm gonna steal
So
for
when
like
you
50 grand, 40 grand.
Yes, get a job. I can't get a job. I can't get a job.
He's a politician. He just wants to tell you what's
I tried to
correct.
get a job.
He's telling you what's
I tried
correct
to get a
and
job.
what you want to
Hang
hear.
on,
That's
hang
it.
on,
But
hang
he's
on.
not talking about
We've
real
heard
life.
from you guys. Hang on, Revs. We've heard from you guys. Let's hear what Mickey has to say, okay? Let's give him the chance and hear him out.
The thing I have to say to these folks here is their time has come and it is gone. And the people in this country are right up to here with this type of attitude and with this time of feeling towards other people who own things and keep them.
But is caning and paddling and violence the answer?
No, it's not, you know, if you don't know the difference between punishment and violence, you have a serious problem. The thing is, you get these
Mickey
kids
Mouse
at
don't
11
know
and
what he's
you get
talking
these
about.
kids at 11 and 12
You don't know
years
what you're
old.
talking about.
Would you mind shutting up for a second?
Who you tell me shut up? Hey, why don't you make me shut up with the paddle and see if it's gonna make me stop talking?
Son,
Hang
when
on.
I was your age, I had combat ribbons.
What does that mean? I got stripes too. I earned my stripes on the street.
And you're going to have more on the street. You're going to go to your funeral.
Man,
Hang on,
you ain't
hang
gotta
on.
watch your back every day like I do. You know what I'm saying?
Hang on, Indo. Yes.
I like to say that, well, I don't find any of this behavior acceptable. That's not what I'm saying. But many of our hardened criminals were victims of physical abuse, so they were beaten all of their lives. If beatings would solve something, you would have less people in jail.
Okay, that's the problem.
Yeah,
that's the problem. The problem is everybody says beatings. And I'm talking about judicial punishment in a courtroom with mom and dad doing it. And if you get mom and dad involved with what some of these folks do, or the guardian, or put juvenile courts back into what they used to be, the parental guardians of these kids, and don't let them get out.
But some of them don't even have parents.
My mother tried to
They
get
have
up,
a
I put a
guardian.
gun to her head,
If they don't
and I
have...
said, leave me alone now, and she left, and I was just cool, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you're not cool. You're not cool. You're stupid. What I want to say is that the juvenile judge's job is to be the guardian of anyone that's brought before him. And that's his job.
Well, look, I done been in juvenile gang of time. I done been in the halls before. That don't do
You
nothing.
don't go before
that
the
don't
court.
do nothing.
You
That
go
make
to the
fools. They make
probation
fools.
officer.
They make
And who's the court?
They my demigod? They're
Let me
telling
ask you
me.
something, Indo. What would make you stop beating people up and vandalizing and stealing?
Man,
What would it take?
it's gonna take me. Put it like that. It's gonna take me, because can't nobody change me. Just like can't nobody change you. You gotta change by yourself.
But what
You know
would
I'm
make
saying?
you change? What would it mean finding...
I grew up around all this, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I know, you know what I'm saying?
The rehabilitation
So, you know what I'm
programs that
saying?
they have
The only
are
reason,
not
the only
as
reason
good
I
as everybody
stopped,
thinks
be
they
out
are,
of
because
this-
you've
be
never
out of
been
here,
to
you know what I'm
jail.
saying?
So
Be where it ain't no graffiti, where it ain't no crimes, where it ain't nothing. But you know what I'm saying? It's too many people doing
You think
crimes.
you do it because you have
Too
to
many people
survive?
doing crimes.
You have to survive. So this is your way to survive?
Survive.
All
Gotta
right, yes.
watch your back. I
All
tried
right.
to get a job. Y'all keep saying get a job. I done tried to get a job. I put in some applications right before I came to the show, so y'all can't tell me, you know what I'm saying?
Hang on, yes.
Y'all give me a job.
Hey, yo,
All y'all give me a job.
Hang on, Indo. Hang on, yes.
Hey, yo, to the brother right there in the grave, let me ask you one question.
In
You
the
say your
grave,
father's
right.
dead, right?
What you say?
Your father's dead?
Yup.
Okay, let's say your father got two choices, right? Do you think, what do you think he would choose? Do you think he would rather see you in the grave next to him, or you living and doing something productive with your life? If you had to choose.
He'll tell me to go the right way.
What?
He'll tell me to go the right way.
Pardon me?
He'll tell me to do the right thing.
So then why won't you do that?
Because, you know what I'm saying, I can't do that right now.
No, you
know
can
what
do
I'm
no.
saying?
Listen, like
I
you
can't do
said,
that right
like
now.
you said, you have the power to do whatever you want to do. All right.
Man, right now, man, this ain't nothing compared to what I used to dress like before and be all into that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't change a little bit.
It's not
Man,
about
I done
how you
had the
dress or
French
whatever.
braids
It's how
and
you
the
think and
curls
what you
and
can
all
do
that
with your
looking
life.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't cut all that out. You know what I'm saying? I don't even who bang on fools no more because I
Okay,
just
all
be
right.
chilling.
So
You know
then,
what
now,
I'm saying?
now that
I
you
just
don't
be
do that,
chilling.
now you can move to the next level and start.
And try and get a job. I've been trying to get a job.
Okay.
It ain't that easy,
So
though.
once you
know
get
what I'm
that
saying?
job, once you get that
It
job,
ain't
thank
that
you, sir.
easy.
Once you get that job, do you think you're going to stop behaving this way?
No, you think about how you can get over on that job, so you start throwing out like VCRs and
All right.
TVs and good stuff.
All right, well, there's someone else here that hopes the paddle will work on Indo, and she is here with us today, and it is his mother. Do you want to meet her? Nisi, come on out.
Oh, man.
Nisi, what do you want to say to your son?
I am embarrassed in a way. I am very embarrassed. And as much as I've tried to raise him as a single parent, you know, it's rough, it's hard, but once they leave out the house, you have to put them in God's hands because you never know what they get into.
Yeah, the way I remember was when my father started to raise me, he started out with all those basic things that how a father raised, but then he wasn't there. So, the only thing I thought was, go for self, and then worry about everything else later. You know what I'm saying? Like, say all you people, I don't know where you're from or whatever, but say you're from a broken home. Now, when you go home to that broken home, right, and there's some type of qualm or quabble, who's take care of it? The father, right? Because the father's the big man, the mouth and all. So I've become my own father at, say, 13 years old.
Let me tell you
You know what
something.
I'm saying? So when I started to see life and I said, I'm going to win, that's how I
Slow down
win.
a little bit. I'm from a broken home. I went to sea at 16 in World War II. I raised myself and I raised my mother and the two sisters. And I got to where I am. What the hell is the difference between Brooklyn or any place else?
Nisi, I want to ask you a question. Did you discipline your son with physical?
I was getting ready to say that. Yes, I did. He can tell you I've whooped his behind, I've punished, I've taken things away from him, and I still will. He knows that. I don't care how tall he gets, how much hair he gets on his face, he's still my child. And as long as he's living under my roof, I'm going to kick his behind.
Obviously, but physical punishment, by hitting him, it didn't work.
But sitting him through the system doesn't work either. He's been in juvenile hall 2 times. That didn't do nothing but make him come out with a worse attitude.
Sure, you learn a lot from the crooks.
Listen to those horror stories in there. It made him come out.
Do you fear for your son's life?
Every time he leaves the door, I do. Him and his friends. Every time he leaves, because you never know what's going to happen. And I have he has a younger brother. I have a 12-year-old.
Do you
and
love
he's
your
hard
mom,
on his
Indo?
brother. Of course.
That ain't even no question to ask.
Do you want her to be happy?
Yup.
Well, what would make you happy?
To see him get a job and raise, he has a 2-month-old, a brand new baby, to raise his son. Settle down and, do the right thing. I don't know, I talk to my son. We have a mother-son relationship, and I'm also a friend to my son. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we have disagreements, like we disagreeing on this. He's sitting here, sitting here like, can't nobody tell him nothing. I know he knows at home. We can have our disagreement. I'm going to knock the shit out of him, because I'm still your mother. And you're going to do what I say as long as he's under my roof.
Yeah, but I don't know if violence is ever the
violence
answer.
not the answer sometimes. But I'm disciplining him. It's not that I'm physically, beating him up or stocking him up. And he's had...
You just said you're going to knock his head off.
I will, though. I mean, whoop him. I will whoop him. Not.
All right, when we come back, is paddling or caning the answer? My next guest says no way. Don't go away. We'll be right back. On the next Ricky Lake. Why are you with this person?
Things are different now.
To her, he's a dream.
He's no good at all.
And you love this person.
Yeah, I do.
What is so good about this guy?
I know he loves me.
To everyone else, their lovers are losers. Do you think that she's throwing her life away with this guy?
When she's with him, she's totally different.
Could these friends be jealous?
Yeah, right.
Or is love really blind? Did you really spend her money on other women? Find out on the next Ricky Lake.
That's not art. Well, it could be art to somebody, but to other people, it's just graffiti. Art, it takes time, thought. That's just somebody just slapping something on a wall, and it's all over, and it doesn't look good.
Did 4 convicted criminals are not sent to prison, and even fewer than 1 out of 10 serious crimes results in imprisonment. So that's why Assemblyman Mickey Conroy says California, along with all the other states, should start paddling or beating juvenile offenders before they end up in a life of crime. Now, Jordan Ryak says that is a bunch of bunk, and Mickey is off of his rocker. Jordan, what do you want to say?
Well, I think that Mickey Conroy ought to realize that 100% of the criminals who are in the California prisons, convicted felons, are there because they were raised with the spanking, the whooping, the extension cord, the belt. They began when they were in diapers, and giving them more of the same thing is about as stupid as trying to douse a fire with gasoline.
Well, that's
and
nice,
the same thing with these men here to my right. Every one of them was raised with spankings from the time they were in diapers. Am I right?
Now, I have a question
There's
to
a
ask
difference
you.
in child
There
abuse
is
and
no
being-
difference.
Yes,
If
there
somebody
is.
beats you, if somebody hits
No,
you,
my
it's an
mother and
assault.
father, I was raised in with both of my parents. And if I did something wrong, if I wasn't in the house at a certain time,
That's
my
right.
father told me, I got a whooping.
And
It
you-
wasn't child abuse or it
Well,
wasn't
you got a whooping and you gave a
violence or
whooping,
nothing
and
like that.
this is the result.
No, it's not the result. Because I know a lot of single parents that have raised their children and have disciplined them. As a matter of fact, one of my friends, her son is in the service now, okay? And she whooped and raised him by herself, okay? That's what you saying
How
is
can
crap.
you explain that every single researcher who works with juvenile delinquents
You keep
will
asking
tell you...
questions, I try to answer you.
Well,
But I'm going to tell you right now, my friend, those men that hit the beaches on Omaha and on the D-Day and all that were all raised with the paddle.
Yeah.
And we raised a hell of a good generation, and I don't like what I see since we quit doing it 30
Yeah.
years ago.
I think 30 years ago we had a lot of problems too.
No, what about when I was in school, if you got in trouble, you went to the principal's office and you did get a spanking with the school. They had paddles then. They should have
Board
kept
of
that in the
Education.
school
Well, like I
system.
said, anybody raise their hands to me, they're going to get knocked out the box.
Exactly.
You won't
You
be
can get
allowed.
knocked out
You
too.
won't be
Just
allowed.
like I tell
You
you're
know-
not the baddest kid.
You know,
you can get your behind
you think
kicked
because
too.
somebody writes on the wall that you have the right now to hit them?
Why do you do
Right
it?
off the box.
Would you
Right
want
on
somebody to
the
break
box.
your
Whatever happened, wait a minute. Whatever happened to respecting a child? Respecting another person? You don't teach a person that hitting is wrong by hitting a child.
Ricky, if you talk to a psychologist who works with juvenile delinquents...
You'll talk to a psychobabble artist that makes a great deal of money at it.
Or are you talking about politicians?
No, I'm talking about you.
Politicians.
If you talk to
Here's
a
a guy to trust.
psychologist who works with juvenile delinquents,
more than you trust me.
anyone who does that, and I have a very good friend in Bridgeport, Connecticut, who has spent 20 years working with juveniles who have been convicted and have been mandated by the courts to be treated. He says 100% of those juveniles were raised with spanking. So
Don,
why would
now,
you
if it's
want
not
to give
spanking
them
in your-
more? Why do you want to give them more of the poison that got them where they
And
are?
if you ain't getting a beat at home, then it's out on the streets. And if you live closer to the streets than you
Let
do
me-
at home,
let me ask
good
those
chance maybe they,
psychologists and
you
these
know.
guys here.
Hang on. I need you to take a break. We'll come back right after this, okay? When we come back, an ex-con who said if he were beaten when he was young, maybe he wouldn't have ended up behind bars. Don't go away. Do you want to thank the person who changed your life? If someone changed your life and you've never said thank you, you could be a guest.
Call 1-800-GO-RICKY or 212-889-7465.
Mickey, you wanted to say something.
Yes, what I like to say is this entire bill and people getting into the caning, and this is a cane from Singapore that somebody sent me. What the whole idea is here, that we got to return the discipline of the children back to the people who control the children. And the parents should be permitted to discipline their children without some social worker or some psychologist descending all over them. My interest is to get to the young kids at 11 and 12 years old when they're just beginning to spin out into the community.
And your claim is that this is not violence, this is
Absolutely
punishment.
not.
Or- Discipline.
There's discipline with love. Violence is what's
Healthy,
being
right, say that.
exercised on the people trying to walk the streets today by people sitting to my right.
But I walk the streets and had to watch my back every day.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Hold on.
I was at school.
Are
getting, you know what I'm saying,
delinquents
beat
getting
down,
away
you know
with
what I'm
so
saying? I
much
gotta protect
crime
myself,
that the
too.
situation is spiraling out of control? Can corporal punishment like paddling or caning straighten a person out? You say yes? No, some say yes, some say no. Well, Robert says he spent 3 years in prison and wishes someone had given him a good hard paddling when he got older because he says maybe he wouldn't have gotten into the mess that he got himself into. Really?
Good hard paddle. Yes. That's right, Ricky. I think, you know, had I had some more constructive discipline, constructive
Paddling is constructive discipline?
Well, I mean, when I got paddled in school, because when I was going to school, we got paddled. When I got paddled for something in school, I didn't do it again. Plain and simple. I just didn't do it again.
So what are you saying? You're saying that you wish you got paddled, but you did get paddled when you were...
In school, right. But
you wish you
I mean,
got paddled at home?
Coming from the home, well, I don't want to get into my home situation, you know, I don't want to air that, you know, but if I had the constructive discipline, whether that be paddling, I'm not saying that violence is the answer. I don't think that Mickey's saying violence is the answer either. Like we keep saying, there's a difference between violence and discipline.
Okay, but let me just say, isn't constructive discipline not hitting? It's talking, it's respecting?
If that works, yes. If that works.
First.
That's what I was
This
going to say.
bill here doesn't say, my bill didn't say you paddle him first time you bring him in.
And this
What does it take? What does someone have to do in order to get paddled or caned, in your theory?
They come back before the judge. The idea is to humiliate them the first time young and know that when they do something, there's a penalty to be paid.
But that's not all humiliation.
You know what I'm saying?
Authority.
Yeah.
See, they want to degrade
Yeah.
you. See, they're on a different level than all of
The
us out here.
degradation takes place.
We're
before
not
the
going
judge.
You mean politicians?
The politicians,
What
the
are you,
lawmakers,
I'm not a
the people with the,
I'm a
the
parent. I'm
ties.
not a politician.
I'm an
the
African
elite,
American that
the social
decided to
elite.
chronologically challenge
And
to
it's a
run
big
for office.
scam you're pulling. It's a big scam on everybody.
Oh, the scam is you. You're out there terrorizing the community.
Exactly.
And you're worried about the politicians.
Hang on, what do you want to say, ma'am?
I want to say you're totally wrong, Mickey. You should never hit somebody else because, like you said, you're only degrading him. Let me finish. You two should be made to be cuffed if you have to clean other people's graffiti. You, I don't know your name, Sean, you should be made to be put to work in a garage fixing people's cars because you're screwing them up.
How long before I fix that car and go, oh boy, well now
Excuse
I'll go
me,
get another
I've had my
and
car
fix it.
vandalized. 4 flat tires. I want to see the SOB that gave me the flats learn how to repair them.
What comes
You're the
around
one that
goes
likes
around.
to do the beating. You should be made to be working with animals and see how they react to other people. Mickey, you got to stop hitting people. You, I respect you. I'm a single parent with 2 daughters. I'm pulling my hair.
No.
Can I bring up
Thank you for the advice, ma'am.
Can I bring up the fact?
When we come back, a former school teacher who says it wasn't until she hit her students that they listened to her. We'll be right back. We're searching for America's Sexiest Blue-Collar Men, Part 2. If you're a hunky blue-collar man, know someone who is, or just want to meet one, you could be a guest.
Call 1-800-GO-RICKY or 212-889-7465.
We're back, talking about young vandals and what can be done to straighten them out before they end up behind bars forever. Joining us now is Michelle, a former teacher. She tried to teach her students differently. How did you do that, Michelle?
Well, the children that were in our daycare center were from inner city, broken homes, mostly single parents that did not have the time to discipline or show them affection. And the parents of the children gave us permission to punish them. And when I mean punishment, that was timeout or a slapping on the hand. And with the parents' approval, I tried not to use that method unless the child was really just very violent as far as with the other children.
And so you're applauding that.
The deal is...
So you would slap them on the hand.
Uh-huh.
How hard are we talking about?
We're talking about like a ruler, just a pat.
A ruler. That's different than slapping.
You see, there's
And
the
can I ask
first
you,
step.
hang on, how old are these children?
These children, the ones that got spanked, were from 2 to 11.
So there you go. There you go. Starting at 2. Starting at 2. The spankings began at 2, and the teacher is telling us that they were already being spanked at home. So before, when I said that these kids were being spanked when they were in diapers, I was not exaggerating.
No,
you
no,
don't
no.
turn it around.
You are misinterpreting
when
what
they're
I'm
20 years
trying to
old,
say.
you don't
No.
turn it around.
When
How
I
do they?
discipline my
how
children,
do they?
when I discipline my children, I let them know. I can tell you, when he got whoopings, he knew why he got a whooping. I explained to him why he got this whooping.
You know,
because
when my grandfather,
and it
grandfather,
wasn't because I don't love my son, and I love my son. He could tell you, I go to bat for my son.
yeah, when my grandfather smacked his wife, he used exactly the same excuses. I smacked her because
No, that's
because
right. That's a whole different thing.
Hang on, one at a time. Yes, Michelle?
You're talking, that's
These
exactly...
children, excuse me, one moment. These children come home, when we take them home, this is what they have to face. Beer bottles in the alleys, and people outside smoking reefer in front of the house, and their mother's not really caring.
So is slapping them with a ruler caring?
Let me explain that.
Okay.
Once I caught a child doing an act that he knew or she knew that wasn't supposed to be done there, and they've been warned, don't do that again. But they'll go deliberately and do it again because I told them not to.
Well, that's what
Excuse me, let me finish my point. Let me finish my point, please. Okay?
Don't slap him, Michelle.
I'm not going to slap him.
Okay.
I'm armed.
They would get smacked on the hand, and I would sit down and explain to them, this is why you got punished. I wouldn't just smack them and dismiss them. I would say, look, you got to learn to understand. You cannot do this.
All right, yes. Hang on, Jordan, 1 second. Let me just get this point. Yes.
Yeah, don't you know that when you slap them, do they keep doing what they're doing?
No.
They don't?
No.
They wait if she's not looking, then they do it.
Let me tell you something.
Thank you.
Slapping a 2-year-old, 5-year-old kid is not the way. You know, that's violence. That's really abuse.
No.
If you have my child and you're concerned and you slap my kid, I will kick your butt.
No.
What you're saying your answer is violence.
You're going to hit on a 2-year-old kid.
If the parent gave me permission to use that type of discipline, it's a different type of thing.
Yes.
Hi, I have a 3-year-old son myself, and you have to discipline them. You have to show them what's right and wrong. If they touch something and they're not supposed to, you have to say, okay, stop.
Let me just ask you something. You just said, wait, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you just said you want to show them what's right and wrong. How are you showing what's right and wrong? By hitting them. If hitting is wrong, how do you prove that hitting is wrong by hitting them?
Okay. If I said, Tyreek, don't touch the stove, and he puts his hand up there and touches it anyway, okay, he gets burned. So, to prevent that, you say, don't touch the stove, and he'll stop because he'll know that the stove is hot and you shouldn't touch the stove. You have to show them some type of means of what's right and what's wrong.
Hang on, need to take a break. I'm sorry, guys. When we come back, our audience votes whether these young vandals up here should be paddled. We'll find out in just a moment. When everyone thinks your lover's a loser. Do you think that she's throwing her life away with this guy?
He's no good at all.
On the next Ricky Lake.
Spanking a child is an effective way of disciplining a child as long as it's used as a last resort. I don't think spanking a child is really an effective form of punishment. You know, maybe a little hit, but to take out a belt or any kind of beating, I don't think that's healthy.
Richard, I understand you have some advice for these guys? Do you have some advice for these guys?
Yeah, you know what? I've already been where these guys are heading, all right? Especially these young guys right here, they think it's funny, and they get on here and they sell wolf tickets. You can sell wolf tickets to them, you can't sell them to me, all right? I've already been where you're going, all right? You think it's funny on the way, wait until you get there. You're in for a real wake-up, pal. A real wake-up, all right? If you make it. If you make it, all right? I don't know what you're trying to hide, what you're scared of, but you need to get with that, man.
All right, hang on.
Ricky, you don't sell the wolf tickets to me, all right?
That's all.
I know, but
Hang on.
if we're gonna pothole, listen. ain't nowhere. You ain't
If we're
nowhere.
going to get anywhere,
Gentlemen, excuse me.
if we're going to get anywhere with this problem, we've got to start with the families right at the beginning.
All right, thank you, Jordan.
This should be in every
Okay.
home taped on the refrigerator door.
All right, yes, what do you want to say, ma'am? Yes,
I would like to say something to Endo.
Do I
Excuse me,
deserve a
Endo.
spanking?
Endo, we have a comment for you. Endo. Oh, Endo, yes.
Endo, you said you had a child, right? A 2-month-old child?
That's right.
Okay, now, if this child grows up and he's under you, and he's looking up to you as his father.
He ain't gonna take the way I'm taking.
Yes, he's
No, he ain't.
looking up to you
It's
to
gonna all
guide
be
him.
changed by
He's
then.
looking up to you to guide
gonna all
him,
be
okay?
changed by
And
then.
your brother, and your
son,
brother. You
my
need
brother-
Jesus. That's all y'all need is Jesus. That's what you need. That's what you need, okay? So all that, and for you right here, miss, for you right here, the black, I don't know your name.
Please sit down. Please sit down.
Becky, I'd like to make a point.
Yes, this is for Endo. You said it's all good. You said it's all going to be changed. What's going to be changed and how's it going to be changed?
My
You're
lifestyle
changing it?
gonna be way different. My son ain't gotta grow up around that.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Society changing.
No, he said...
Society's changing every day as we sit and speak and breathe.
It ain't
They're
getting
passing
better,
more
it's only
laws.
getting
This guy has nothing better to do all day than to go in and pass laws on how to,
And
you
the
know,
judicial
contradict
system
what
that
they're saying.
you're
They
All
don't want us to do
hang on,
violence, so they're going to hit us with
Let
violence.
me ask the audience, is paddling the answer? By show of applause,
Before you
all right?
answer, let me say one thing. And the point I want to point out to you is that everybody says, take corporal punishment out of school, don't do this, don't do that. What happens? We took it out of schools in California in 1986. We now have in the Los Angeles Unified School District 300 uniformed policemen every morning
All
with
right,
metal
thank
detectors.
you, but I want to hear from the audience. By show of applause, audience,
Mr.
how many
Conroy.
of you think the answer is to paddle these thieves? And how many of you think that that's not the answer? Paddling is not the answer. Seems to be about 50-50.
Ricky, let me point out something, Ricky. The system that everybody in here, all these hardworking people are putting money into, all they're doing is they're taking these guys and they're sending them to school to teach them how to be criminals. They're taking young guys like this, you're exposing them to a harder, more intense criminal element, and they're coming out big and strong and
I
more
gotta go to
knowledgeable.
break. I'm sorry, guys. We'll be right back after this.
Carl Weathers is Hurricane Smith. Tonight at 8 on Channel 9.
Some people think kissing in public's cool. It's having fun. Others think they look like fools.
It makes me embarrassed, you know what I'm saying?
Who's got the right take on making out? I tell them mind their business. Find out Thursday on Ricky Lake. Lots of people don't feel safe anymore, and for many that is because of young criminals. We as a society need to be asking ourselves not only how to punish young offenders, but how to keep them from becoming criminals in the first place. I want to thank you all for being here. This was a very interesting discussion. Thank you, and thank you all for watching. See you next time. Promotional fees have been paid by the following.
Vlasic, the perfect pickle for perking up your sandwiches, your picnics, all your party platters. Vlasic, the perfect pickle for perking it up.
2,000 flushes chlorine clear tablet. Helps bleach away stains in your toilet up to 4 months. 2,000 flushes chlorine clear tablet.
Hot Pockets, filled with pepperoni pizza or ham and cheese in a crispy pocket.
Hot Pockets.
Try Lean Pockets, too.
If you're going to be in the New York area and want to be a part of our live studio audience, all you have to do is write for tickets. Please include your name, address, and daytime phone number. Write Ricky Lake Tickets, 401 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, 10016.